Dear students, today we are moving to the Indian economy, second topic, chapter 2, Indian economy 1950 to 1990. This topic we are mainly dealing with the what is the economical condition or economical improvement in 1950 to 1990 in Indian economy. Then first of all we can see that one introductory part there are three types of economical systems in the country, and the first one is come to capitalist economy, socialist economy and mixed economy. What do you mean by capitalist economy? The capitalist economy means all the means of production and distributions are under the control of private. And a socialist economy means all the means of production and distributions are under the control of government. And the third one is come to what is a mixed economy. All the means of productions and distributions are both hands. That's a private hand and a government hand. That is suppose in the case of the India. Suppose we can see that the capitalist economy in America, total privatized. All things are including railway, aircraft, and even the medical facilities. All the things are come to the private oriented. The socialist economy is the best example of the Cuba and China to presently. Earlier it was Soviet Union, now the Cuba and China. Most of the things are under the control of government. And then what is a mixed economy? Like as India, private is there and the government also there. Both are playing a major role in the economy. Now the next slide we can see that one what is the difference between capitalism and the socialist economy. Here we can see then main importance is come to capitalist economy is come to all the means of production and distributions are under the control of government. That's a socialist economy. At the same time, the capitalist economy, all the means of production and distributions are under the control of capitalism. Capitalism, the main aim is come to make the profit oriented. But the socialist economy is come to always making the importance is that one, they were wanted to service oriented. Capitalism always come to profit motivated, and socialism always give the importance in the service oriented. What is the importance or what is the merits and demerits of the capitalist economy? It initiated the rich, encourage the innovations. In the capitalism, the more innovations are there. Why the more innovations? Whenever the more innovations are there, at that time the people will get they will get the more profit and more incentive for the workers, because good workers can be attracted to this one, and prevent the large bureaucratic government, and the bureaucracy is not there, government controls are not there, they can do act their own way, free to movement. And the demerits are there, the firms can gain monopoly. And what's the main the monopoly? What is a monopoly? Monopoly means only one seller and he will control the market, he will decide the price. And this is come to monopolitical competitions. There is no competition at all, and only one firm, and they will produce and they will sell. If you want, you can purchase. There is no other option. External can damage the environment, trends to large inequality. It's another major defect is come to that capitalism is a large inequality. But in the socialism, it is not there because government will provide all the things are there. Each people will get. Now we are going to what are the features of mixed economy in the society. India is following the mixed economy, coexistence of the private and public sector. Main thing, coexistence of private and public sector. Personal freedom is there. The private property is allowed. Economical planning is there. Profit motives and social welfare is there. Privacy mechanism and controlled prices are there. Check on economical inequalities and a control of monopoly. And all things are the monopoly ka control karta hai. And then planning is there, and social welfare is there, and price mechanism is there. According to price variations are there, at the same time price control also there. That is known as MSP, minimum support price is there, and the government subsidies are there. This all things are there. Now we are moving to another topic. It is come to the what is a plan? What's a plan? The plan means then the resources of a nation should be put to use. How to utilizing the resources in the country? How we can utilizing the resources in the country, that is known as what? Plan. What is an effective plan? Effective plan means the plan which can be utilized effectively in the country, that is known as effective plan. In their plans for the 5 years. Indian plan for how many years? 5 years plans are we are treating that. What is the need of economical planning? Because we are learning from the Soviet Union how to utilizing the resources in a maximum way. how to develop that one. Because India got the independence at that time, our condition was esteemed poor, or the poverty. We see a cycle of poverty. Most of the 70% or 60% people are esteemed danger conditions, and foreign trade was collapsed. Need for rapid industrialization, population pressure, and development of natural resources. This all the reason was there. India need the planning in the country. So that is why India started the planning in modern ways. And what is a planning commission? In for that purposes, in the March 1950, India government started the planning commissions under the chairmanship of Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. And then they were prepared the plan, 5 years plans for the country. The major goal of the planning was that there are the 4 major goals of the 5 year plan was a growth, economical growth of the nation, and a modernization of the economy, and self-reliance. We are never to depend other countries. Self-reliance and equality. And we want the equality with the peoples, within the people, because rich and poor difference wanted to reduce. And then 4 major goals of that one, you wanted to explain these things: growth, modernization, self-reliance, and equality. These are the major goals of the 5 year plans in the country. And next one, the long-term goals and the objectives of the planning. We are already discussing the modernizations, self-reliance, economical growth, equality, and full employment. And one more point is a full employment. We want to get the full employment. Sabko naukri mila hai. Then only the country will develop. Modernizations. So now we can see the next slide. It is come to the what are the 5 year plans are there. First 5 year plan was started in 1951 to 1956. Second plan was started in 1956 to 61. Then third plan was started in the 61 to 66. And 3 annual plan was there. Third annual plans was there in 1960 to 69. And fourth plan 69 to 74. And fifth plan 74 to 78. Annual plan is 79 to 80. And sixth plan 80 to 85. And the seventh plan is 85 to 90. And then next plan was there 90 to 92. Then 8th plan was 90 to 97. And 9th plan was the 97 to 2002. And 10th plan was the 2002 to 2007. 11th plan was 7 to 12. 2012. And after the 12th plan was started in 1912 to 17. But in 2015, after coming up with Narendra Modi, he is changing the method of this annual plans, and he is introduced a new method. Instead of the planning commission, he introduced the Niti Aayog. What's the name of the planning commission at presently? In 2015 onwards, it is known as Niti Aayog. They were converting or changing in the planning commission into Niti Aayog. They were changing in the commission was into Niti Aayog. They were the planning the commission or planning the country. And economical planning, the 5 years planning is a graph is there. You wanted to draw this, both graphs wanted to draw in your book. What are the objectives of the 5 year plans? First 5 year plan के बारे में बोल रहे हैं. It is come to mainly depend on agriculture improvement, because whenever India got the independence, 75 or 80% of people are directly depend upon agriculture. But agriculture productivity was very less, and living condition was very horrible. So that is why they were think over that one, how to improve. For that purposes, they were improving the agricultural production was there, improvement of the agriculture. For what are the things are need? The first plan is come to 1950 to 56, agriculture development, and second plan was come to 56 to 61. It is come to mainly focus on industrialization. That planning was known as Nobis plan. And in Mahanobilis, who was the person? He was come to great economist in the country. He was starting in the Statistical Institute in the country, and he was born in Kolkata. And then later stage he is studied and then started to the economical research in the country. Third plan was come to again self-governing economy. Like that, each plan the government has to give under the aim and concentration for the 5 years. And whatever the things are needed for that achievement target, they were make adjustment was there. Now we can see that one, Mahanobis, and autobiography of the Mahanobis. You can see that one. He was born in Kolkata, and he was also established. Please go through this his autobiography. And he also established a national sample survey in 1950 and set up the Central Statistical Organization to coordinate statistical activities. Last year we have studied in the statistics, all of you know that one. It is using the measuring tool for the averages, economical growth. He became a member of Planning Commission in 1955 and continued in the capacity till 1967. In 1959, he started the ISI. ISI is come to the Indian Statistical Institute, was declared as an institution of national importance. Now we are coming to agriculture sector. Different sectors are there in this chapter. What are the main features of Indian agriculture sector? We can see that one. There are 8 main features of the agriculture sector. You want to explain this one. First one, low productivity. Second one, disguised unemployment. And what is the low productivity? The production is going to be very less. And what is the disguised unemployment? Disguised unemployment means that more people are engaging in a work than actually need is known as disguised unemployment. More people are engaging in a particular work than actual need. It means suppose the 2 persons can do the work, but more the 4 or 5 people are doing, or the persons are doing the work, same work. Remaining 3 waste. Then dependence on rainfall. Still now we are depending on the monsoon. The substance farming, the farming for their own use, not for the commercial purpose or not for the profit purpose. So that is not a substance farming, and production is there, that's their own family members use. It is not good for the economy. Traditional inputs, old methods, bullock, and then like that traditional method you are using, no modern technology. Small holding of lands, backward technology is not using. Landlord tenant conflict, always the problem between the landlords and workers. And then general problems of the Indian agriculture, we can say pressure on population on land, more population, less land holdings, land degradation, continuously doing the agriculture, generation to generation doing the same land, same work, same process, land degradation, substance farming, very small. Then social environment, crop loss by the pest, insects, flood, drought, a lot of things. Then what are the institutional problems? Small and scattered holdings, poor implementation of land reforms, and technical problems are there. Lack of irrigation facilities are not there, wrong cropping pattern, outdated techniques of productions, and reforms in India. What are the reforms? Institutional reforms is called land reforms. And what's the institutional reforms? That is government involved with the reforms, that is known as institutional reforms. Government started the reforms. Abolition of intermediaries. First one, abolition of intermediaries. The government is removing the intermediaries. And regulation of the rent. Rent is avoid the rent. Consolidation of the land holdings, ceiling on land holdings, cooperative farming. People are joined together and they will make the protections. And expansion of irrigation facilities, provide the provision of credit, unregulated market and cooperative marketing society, support the price policy. These all the things are the support the price policy, MSP, minimum support price. These all things are the weather forecastings, and lot of points are there. Like that you can make that, and these all the points you want to explaining also. Now I give this come to short forms because the total we are explaining in the slide, it is going to not so possible. Listen, then up to this one, the part 1 we are stopping here, and then second part we will next day we will continue that one. Please write the notes and make it fruitful.